What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I have a comparison between the all-new Phaze 4 and an all-time GOAT ball for Storm, the Phaze 2. So if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you like this jersey, as always, go to coolbake.com and use my promo code Napoles10, Napoles10. That'll get you 10% off your entire order. Then there's going to be a link down below in the description where you can order a Phaze 2 or a Phaze 4 if you're liking what you're seeing in this video or based on my recommendation. There's also going to be a link to my Discord, which is free, and a link to my Patreon. So let's get into some of the tech real quick. Both of these balls feature the Velocity Core, which in 15 pounds is an RG of 2.48 and a max differential of 0.51. So low RG on the high end of the differential. The big differences is going to be in the cover stocks. The Phaze 4, as you guys know by now, features the R2S Pearl Reactive cover stock that comes out of box at a 1500 grit polish finish. And the Phaze 2 features the TX16 solid reactive cover stock that comes out of box at a 3000 finish. And the layout on both of these is the same, which is 30 by 4.5 by 30. So let me know down below in the comments if you guys have a Phaze 2, or if you've ever had a Phaze 2. Geez, you should by now. Or if you have ordered the Phaze 4, and what are you thinking about both of these balls? I'm going to take you guys on the lanes now on a fresh, typical house shot here at South Point. My predictions are that on the fresh, the Phaze 2 is going to look a little bit better, but as we progress through the video, the Phaze 4 will start to look better and better. So let's get on the lanes. All right, first shot here with the Phaze 2, and I'm going to try to start a little bit straighter, and then I'll move in throughout the video. So yeah, I mean, the Phaze 2 is just like an all-time classic. It still gets the job done. Also, guys, let me know in the comments if you're seeing something a little different in my game that I'm working on right now. Oh, just like Toby, the 8-pin. Yeah, very curious. I hope that the Phaze 4 is a similar shape to this, just like I said, a little bit longer, a little bit more shape down lane. All right, last shot here with the Phaze 2 before I get into the Phaze 4 for the first time. Good one. Oh, that's funny. All right, so that was the first 5 shots with the Phaze 2, and I think that those were 5 really well executed shots. That 8-pin was pretty disgusting. And there's really not much else that can be said about the Phaze 2. Like, it's an all-time great ball. It came out in 2016. There's a reason that it's still available on the market, and it's because it is a really, really good ball. So the Phaze 4 shares the same name, so it's going to be tough if it's going to compete with the Phaze 2. So now we're going to get into the Phaze 2, same spot that I just left off at with, we're going to get into the Phaze 4 from the same spot that I just left off of with the Phaze 2. And what I'm expecting is a ball motion, like I said, that's a little bit cleaner through the fronts, a little bit quicker down lane. Now, every time I've thrown the Phaze 4, I haven't really loved it on the fresh. All right, here we go. First shot with the Phaze 4, again, from the same spot I was just at with the Phaze 2. Yeah, so this is way cleaner. I'm gonna make a small move, just one to the right, because we are on a house shot after all. The Phaze 4 doesn't look all that bad on the fresh here, and I think that's because there's more volume here than there is at Samstown. Samstown is too quick off the spot. You definitely got to execute at a higher level than the last shot for sure. Like that. So I already like this more in the fresh here than I did at Samstown. Oh, give me that 4. All right, so now we got 5 shots on the Phaze 2 and 5 shots on the Phaze 4. And like I said before, a couple of those shots, I already like the Phaze 4 better on the fresh here at South Point than I did at Samstown. At Samstown, it was way too quick off the spot. Here, because there's a little bit more volume, it looks a little bit better on the fresh. And the biggest difference that I'm seeing, or one of the big similarities that I'm seeing, is that both of these balls want to get into a roll very quick. The difference is that the Phaze 2 is coming off the spot way smoother or way slower than the Phaze 4. The Phaze 4 kind of wants to shoot through the fronts, and then when it sees the friction, it's responding a little bit more violently than the Phaze 2. And I think because of that, this can be a really good little 1-2 punch, especially on a house shot, or even on those patterns where you're gonna start a little bit straighter, and then as you wanna bump in just a little bit and you need to go to something that's a little bit quicker, something like the Phaze 4 can be really, really good. So now we're gonna get back on the lanes, back into the Phaze 2, and move in a considerable amount just to create a little bit more shape and see how they both look. All right, so now I'm back in the Phaze 2, and like I said, I'm gonna bump in a little bit just to try to create a little bit more shape and see how both of these look from here. And I think because of shots like that is why the Phaze 2 has stuck around for so long, is that it looks so good from straight and really good when you gotta get in a little. Four pin again. Four pinning is good. I'd rather four pin than shoot at a split. That's gonna be a good one. Missed right by a mile. Yeah, so when I miss right like that, nothing's coming back. So let's just be better here on this shot. So when I get into that middle part of the lane, the Phaze 2 starts to look really, really good. And that's usually the part of the lane that I'll look to get into the Phaze 2. So now we're gonna get into the Phaze 4 from the same spot. And now this is gonna be the big test. If the Phaze 4 shoots through the front too much to where the Phaze 4 was picking up, and that's gonna be the really big test. I really wanna see if the Phaze 4 is gonna come around the corner and go through the pins as good or hopefully better than the Phaze 2, because this is the situation when I would be going to the Phaze 4. Once there's been a little bit of transition and I gotta get in and start bumping it. So let's get on the lanes and hope for the best. All right, so this is Phaze 4 from the same spot I just left off at with the Phaze 2. Yes. All right, so this is where the Phaze 4 starts to really come alive. Good shot. All right, last shot from here with the P4. So when we were in that first zone, the Phaze 2 was about 1, maybe 2 boards stronger on the house shot. Remember, that's the biggest thing, on the house shot. And the motions were very, very different. Now when we got into this further left zone, I was able to stand in the same spot with the Phaze 4 as I was with the Phaze 2, but the shape difference was another huge thing to take a look at. The Phaze 2 wanted to get into a roll much, much sooner and came off the spot way slower than the Phaze 4. The Phaze 4 was, I would say, at least a considerable amount longer and really came off the spot way harder. So now we're gonna move further left still, and this is where I think that the Phaze 4 is gonna start to separate itself from the Phaze 2. I might even be able to get further left with the Phaze 4 just because of how hard it comes off the spot. But let's get back on the lanes, start in the Phaze 2. All right, so I fully expect that the Phaze 2 is gonna continue to look really good here. All right, let me see if I can repeat here. Good shot. And this is pretty much why the Phaze 2 goes to every single tournament with me. let's make a better shot here and kick out everything. Worst shot, better result. All right, last shot here with the Phaze 2. Let's end it on a good note. That's a good one. So Phaze 2 is one of the GOATs. There's really nothing to be said. This video is more about showing how the Phaze 4 would stack up against the Phaze 2. So let's not talk about the Phaze 2 anymore. Now we're gonna get into the Phaze 4, and I'm gonna get into the same spot that I was just at from that far left zone. And again, if the Phaze 2 looked good from here, then the Phaze 4 should look just as good, if not better, because this is what it was designed to do, when you have to get left and create that shape. So my fingers are crossed because, man, it's hard to compare anything to one of the GOATs like the Phaze 2. So let's get back on the lanes. All right, this is the Phaze 4 from the last spot I was just at with the Phaze 2. So good. Yeah, that looked pretty good. It even went high. I'll throw one more shot from this same spot, and then I'll move a little left. Yeah, I should have moved left. I got a big gut. I should have trusted it. So this is going to be a little bit left here. That's going to be really good. Trust your gut, kids. What's up, Bill? Yeah, because of how quick it comes off the spot, I just had to make that small little move, and then all of a sudden it looks good again. Oh, Nate, that one was for you. All right, last shot of the video here. Let's label one to end on a good note. Oh! All right, so now we've thrown 15 shots with each ball side by side from pretty much the same spot in every zone. And the biggest thing that I took away from shooting this video was that on the fresh, the Phaze 2 was about 1 or 2 boards stronger, and throughout the whole video was earlier and smoother. When we got into that second zone, that like in-between zone, both of these balls allowed me to play from the exact same spot, but the shapes on the lane were still pretty different. The Phaze 4 constantly wanted to shoot through the fronts and be a little bit more angular. And then when we got into that far left zone, that was when it kind of surprised me. The Phaze 2 still looked really good from that zone, but it was definitely early, kind of chuggy, very rolly. And then the Phaze 4, right from that first shot, when I jumped in, it went really high. I didn't move and left that 4.79. And then I went like 3 and 1 left, and then all of a sudden it started looking amazing. So the further in I got, the stronger, or not the stronger, but the more boards covered the Phaze 4 got, which is a really good thing because that's when I would throw this ball. The Phaze 4 did look pretty good on the fresh, but I still think that the Phaze 2 looked way better on the fresh. And then in that in-between zone, it's kind of like a wash in my eyes. And then from that far left zone, Phaze 4, in my eyes, dominated the Phaze 2. So let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this comparison and what you thought about having these balls side by side. And again, that velocity core is very dominant. Like both of these balls just really want to rev up really quick. And then the cover differences are what's going to give you the different shapes on the lanes. And I was hesitant at first to do this comparison because I thought they were going to be super different. Ultimately, I'm glad I did. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Trying to do this full time, and I can't do it without you guys. The love and the support from you guys has been absolutely amazing. Let's keep it going. Click right here to watch my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time. Till next time.